What's up, everybody? This is D, your DoorDasher. So, I want to share a story with you. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've dashed. I had an aunt who passed away not that long ago. We were pretty close. Her daughter and I are very close in age and that, and we were born actually the same day, but she's a year older. So, it's kind of like having an honorary twin sister. And her mom was kind of like a second mom. She's a great lady, great Christian. Anyway, so I've had to deal with that and some other things. But I want to share this story with you today, and I hope you learned something. Whether you're a veteran driver or you're new, you need to know this. This is a tip that's very, very important. This can keep you from being deactivated, so pay attention. Okay, so I did a delivery yesterday with my two best friends. So I actually have two human witnesses. Okay? So I went out to this place. It's like on a County Road 55 or something. I'm not going to disclose full locations for privacy reasons, and I'm not going to tell my friends' names for privacy reasons. They're just two close, good friends, married couple that I met at church. Anyway, so I picked this order up with my two best friends from McDonald's. Okay, so it's going out to it was like a township road or county road 55. That road I've had issues with before with service. Just to give you a little background, I live in Ohio. It's a lot of my deliveries are rural. I can't just deliver them all in town. It's just the way Coshocton, the county, is spread out. There's Fresno, there's Plainfield, there's Coshocton, there's West Lafayette, there's Warsaw. There's all these other cities within this little town. Okay, there's probably like 12,000, 10,000 people. I don't know exactly, but it's not a lot. Anyway, so I pick up the order. We go out there. The app glitches like it always does. So I can't text the customer and let them know that I'm on my way. I am very notorious for communication. You need to do that. It covers your ass. Okay? I don't know what happened. There's this new stupid update where it's not letting you send voice clips. It's so stupid. I hate texting with a passion. I don't really want to call the customer, but I don't want to text. I'd rather just say, "Hello, this is D, your DoorDash driver. I have your order from Mickey D's, and I'm on my way. Thank you." And be done. I don't like texting. It's too tedious. It's a pain in the butt. I'm driving. I don't want to text. It's annoying. Annoying, annoying, annoying. It's not safe to text and drive. It's safer to send a voice clip. Anyway, I don't know if they're going to get that feature back or not, but it's really, really annoying. So anyway, I couldn't text the customer because the app was glitching. So it wasn't that I was not trying to communicate. And I always try to tell them if there's a delay or something like that. Make sure you communicate. Don't let the app do your work. I have 38 5-stars. Yes, I have 1 2-star and 2 1-stars. Because people are just overcritical and rude. But I have 38 5-stars. But somehow I have a 4.73, which really stinks. But I have a lot of 5-stars. Go figure. So, anyway, my friends and I get the order. And I will mention the husband, who's one of my best friends. It's like I said, it's a married couple. He's more able-bodied than his wife and I. So he'll do things like steps and things like that. I'm legally disabled, by the way. So I can't, there are things that I can't do that other dashers can't. So that's why I have this person help me, and we just split the money, and it's just extra cash. So anyway, so I take my friend with me and his wife, and we go out. It's like a township road or county road 55 in Ohio. Okay? I'm just gonna tell you they live on this big hill, and it's too hard for me to climb. I'm too scared of falling. And his wife is too scared of falling too. So he does the physical work. It's too much for me and too much for his wife usually doesn't get out of the car. She'll hold drinks and she will help you find locations. And she's very good at navigation. She doesn't want a license, which is, that's your choice. But she's very good at navigation. She's very observant. So I can just focus on getting there, and she focuses on getting us back, especially if the GPS is glitchy. So I will tell you, this is a rural area. I lose service frequently on this road, and I've delivered there once before. There's no communication really between me and the customer because of the app glitch and that kind of thing. So we get there. It says in red letters, no internet service. Okay, because we're just out of that area. And there's a circle with a line through the service. Okay? So we can't call the customer, we can't send a text, none of that. So here's a great tip. I handed my phone to my friend. We'll call him Steve. Okay, so I handed my phone to my friend Steve. Yeah, names are changed. And his wife Sarah and I waited in the car. Not real names, but it's just easier to refer to them that way. So Sarah and I waited in the car while Steve went up the hill. Okay? So Steve went up the hill and I handed him my phone and I said, look, we don't have service, Steve, so take the picture and we'll send it when we have service. So he did. I saw him take the picture. Sarah said, did you take the picture, Steve? And Steve said, yes, Sarah, I took the picture. Okay? So Steve comes down the hill. We drive up the road, and when I finally have service, I go to send it. I want to send the picture. It just says complete order. There's no place to upload the photo that I have, which keep those on your phone. Just in case, at least for 2 or 3 days or whatever, so that if you do have a problem with the violations, I ended up getting a violation and they said that I didn't deliver the food, which I did. I have two human witnesses, Steve and Sarah, not real names, but I'm keeping their privacy. So, anyway, I get down the road, it just says complete. So I hit complete, and I end up getting a violation saying they never got the order, which they did. They're lying. This is a notorious scam. Take a picture whether you are in a rural area or not. Just do it right from your camera. Then you have the evidence. So I can't get the violations to come up. I texted support. They gave me a runaround. They couldn't, and for the longest time I couldn't get on the phone because there was some major app glitches going on. So anyway, I finally got somebody, very nice lady. She happened to be a Dasher as well. She took my side, of course, and she said, also, DoorDash is working hard to solve these scams because if they continue to do this, if this happens more than once, then they're going to get deactivated. Not the Dasher, but the customer. They're pulling these scams so then they can get free food, they can get reimbursed, whatever. It's not okay. And DoorDash has to pay that. And that's not fair to them either. They're not the greatest app in the world, but it's either this or Instacart, and I'm not an Instacart fan. So it's just too physical. But this is important. You need to communicate with the customer. They told me to communicate better. I said I normally do, but the app glitches all the time, so I just get annoyed and go on. So I'm very good at the communication and all that, unless the app glitches, which that's not my control. So anyway, she sent me an email because I couldn't get into the violations. I could only see it one time, and I wanted to go back and find that order and then refresh my memory. Oh yeah, it's that person up on the hill. I delivered to them once before, and Steve delivered it both times. He walked up the hill both times and took the picture. So, yeah, stupid. So, um, I talked to her. She said, I will send you an email. Because I couldn't get back into violations. I still can't and contest it. So she sent me the email. There was no place for the picture, but I said, I have a picture. I have evidence that I delivered the order. But there was no place for me to send it. And I explained the whole thing about the glitch, about rural Ohio, about how we're out in new service and all of that. So I explained all that. So, yeah, this was a scam. I could potentially be deactivated, but thank God, thank you, Jesus, that I use my head and I have wisdom. Always take the picture, people. Take the picture. Take it from me. This is not the first time that I was deactivated for this. And it's not my fault. People need to stop scamming the Dasher. You know, this could be my full-time job. It's not, but it could be. You know? And it's not fair to me as the Dasher. You're getting me fired when I did nothing wrong. I did my job. Just because I didn't communicate with you because I was not able to, that's not my fault either. You know? So, she recorded the conversation. It's all documented. My butt is covered. Now, I brought up another issue with her. I'm sick and tired of this whole, you have 3 or 4 minutes to pick it up and then you get a violation. That doesn't make any sense. There's traffic. Maybe you have to relieve yourself before you leave. Like I dash from home because I'm like a mile and a half from all the stores, or I do it at Sarah and Steve's house. So anyway, because Sarah and Steve live right in the hot zone. So eh, yeah, it's the best place to do it. It's Sarah and Steve's. So anyway, um, yeah, you've got to do this. So I told her, I said, I'm tired of this. I keep getting these late violations when you're only giving me 3 or 4 minutes to go pick up the order. It doesn't make any sense. And she said, we're working on that because a lot of Dashers are complaining about that. You're not the first. You know, and we're working to correct that. I said, really? Because it needs correcting. Because I don't need violations for something that I have no control over. I don't have control over traffic. I don't have control that the food's not ready or hasn't been started or whatever. I have no control over these long lines or whatever the situation is. I have no control over that. I can't control that. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that there's no service or something like that. You know, and she was very sympathetic. She's a DoorDasher herself, so she totally understood it. And she was very helpful. So the whole conversation that we had, it took a half an hour, but she stayed on there, was very sweet, walking me through everything, and yeah, the moral of the story is, take a picture, people. I don't care if you have service or not, take a picture. Even if you can't upload it later, keep it on your phone, because it could come back to haunt you. If you want to get deactivated, that's your choice. But don't do it over something stupid. It's not your fault that the customer lies and says that they didn't get the food. The customer got the food. They just wanted to get free food. And that's not okay. And the support agent, she assured me that if this has happened before or it continues to happen, they will be deactivated. No matter what, that address will never be delivered to again if they continue to pull this baloney. It's not okay. It's not okay. What if I was a full-time driver? I know, this shouldn't be your full-time thing and blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter whether you're full-time, part-time, whatever. You need to take the picture. Take the picture. And maybe you should even be taking it if it's not a leave at the door. Because unless you know the person, because I've delivered to my friends before, unless you know the person, maybe we need to make it a policy. Take a picture, even if it's a hand to customer. Maybe Sarah needs to sit in the back while Steve and I are delivering it and snap a picture proving that we delivered it. I don't know. But if we have to take this much a drastic measure, then we have to do it. These are our jobs, this is our livelihood. I mean, I'm just a part-time driver. But that doesn't matter. I mean, like, it's on every day, all day, yes. But do I really put in that many hours a week? No. From Monday to Friday, I only was, like, actively dashing for around 8 hours. But it was on for, like, 30 hours. But, I get a lot of crappy $2 orders. I just get sick of that crap. Come on, DoorDash, fix that. And if it was up to me, you really would not even be allowed to place the order unless you had a $2 minimum or 15 to 20% of your order, whichever was more. And if you don't want to tip, I'm not sending the order. That's the way it should be. It's rude. Maybe they need to be educated more. There's only a $2 base pay, or $3, or whatever the base pay is in your area. They need to be educated on that. Then maybe they would think twice about placing that order without tipping. It's just not okay. But anyway, that's it for today. Remember, take a picture. If you don't, you could be deactivated. Keep it on your phone as evidence. We gotta protect ourselves as dashers. Adios. Happy dashing. Stay safe. God bless.